Alright, welcome back. Today we're looking at the moon. The Latin word for moon is luna, which is the goddess, which denotes feminine energy. Just as soul is a masculine energy, and therefore it has the L, luna has the feminine energy, therefore has the A. And what does all that mean? Let's get away from Latin because I'm not that well versed in Latin, but I do understand it in this respect if we look at the Spanish language. If we take our word, our English word boy, and translate it into Spanish, we get El Niño. El. That same L as in Elohim. That's masculine. In the English language, we use the word girl. In Spanish, we have la niña. La. Luna. That feminine energy. So you see, the words we use have an effect on our perception of the world. That's why I've chosen to just brush the surface of etymology at the beginning of every video. Because if I can change your language, I can ultimately change your consciousness. Anyway, let's move on. The moon has approximately a 28-day cycle because the moon changes signs approximately every 2.5 days, meaning it goes through the entire zodiac in 28 days, which is its cycle. A woman also has an approximately 28-day cycle, thereby solidifying the claim that the moon is of that feminine energy. A little more on the etymology of moon or luna. Luna is the root word for lunar, which gives us our lunar month, that 28-day cycle. It's also the root word for lunacy, which in any dictionary worth its salt, that definition will encapsulate somewhere within that definition that lunacy is directly affected by the moon. Lunacy is the root word for lunatic. And with that, let's look at this video clip.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my boy here pull your head off.
How about a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Ta-da! It's gone.
So what did that clip have to do with the moon and what we're looking at today? Not much, but I put that in there because we'll use that and build upon that aspect of Luna in future episodes when we take into account not only the planets but the Kabbalistic tree of life. But for now, let's get back to the moon. It governs or has sway over our emotions. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, so do the tides ebb and flow. So do the tides of our life ebb and flow. And it's the moon which we must learn to, or that aspect of ourselves, that we must learn to balance so that we're not tossed to and fro by the tides of life. Look at it this way. If one was to be too emotional, then everything that you experience in life will be a catastrophe. Everything will be an end all. And that will stunt spiritual growth and growth as a whole. On the other hand, if one has no emotion due to past experiences or just the way you're made, then that too has a negative connotation, because then we can't experience one of the most important aspects that make us human, and that is the aspect of feeling, and that's tied in with our emotions. So we don't want to be tossed about every whim, and we also don't want to deny the aspect of feeling. And these things are two opposites of our emotions, which are tied in to the moon. So we want to create, and we need to find a way to create a balance. Because balance is the key to handle the tides of life. Now, look at it this way. In a contest or a fight or an argument or a simple conversation or a debate, there's two ways that we as humans go at these things. We either go at it emotionally or we go at it intellectually. If we go at those things with only our emotions involved, then we're going to make mistakes. Just like if anybody's ever done any boxing or any type of fighting arts or martial arts, we learn that we don't want to allow our opponent to have sway over our emotions by taunting or words or anything, because if we do that, then we've already lost the battle. So we have to take into account our intellect. Now we'll get into the intellect in our next video when we look at Mercury, because Mercury holds sway over the intellect. Until then, namaste.